Go. Week 47, day 2. And for good luck, I'll just put this one here. And today is Tuesday of week 47. And I'm gonna read a page from Collins Cobuild dictionary. And the purpose of this is to practice pronunciation and expand vocabulary and practice various ways of talking. So, for example, I found out it's very important to breathe in, because when I start speaking a sentence at the end of my breath, I tend to think too long and too much about the words, and I think it has connection with the body and brain, because I'm at the end of the breathing cycle, and perhaps brain thinks that I'm in some sort of danger situation. So because I'm at the end of the breath, and then the brain doesn't perform as it should. So when we take a deep breath before we start speaking, and remember taking regular breaths in while talking, will help us also with a flow of thoughts and ease of talking. So let's go here and finish with amount before the amount. So, amount. The amount of something is how much there is, or how much you have, need, or get. He needs that amount of money to survive. I still do a certain amount of work for them. Postal money orders are available in amounts up to $700. If something amounts to a particular total, all the parts of it add up to that total. Consumer spending on sports-related items amounted to $9.75 billion. Amount to. If you say that one thing amounts to something else, you consider the first thing to be the same as the second thing. The confessions were obtained by what amount of torture? The confessions were obtained by what amounts of torture? That's a weird sentence. Alright. Amounts. Collocations. So we have adjective plus amount. So certain amount, considerable amount, fair amount, significant amount, substantial amount, enormous amount, huge amount, large amount, tremendous amount, vast amount, maximum amount, minimum amount, total amount. And then we have verb plus amount, which is invest amount, pay amount, spend amount, increase amount, reduce amount. I was always wondering how to pronounce this word. Amour. Okay, so an amour is a love affair. Amour, especially one which is kept secret. Amp. An amp is the same as an ampere. Oh, ampere, cool. Use a 3 amp fuse for equipment up to 720 watts. An amp is the same as an amplifier. It's informal. So ampere. An ampere is a unit which is used for measuring electric current. The abbreviation amp is also used. Amphetamine. Amphetamine is a drug which increases people's energy, makes them excited, and reduces their desire for food. Amphibian, it's more nearly a sales pitch for amphetamine. Amphibians are animals such as frogs and toads that can live both on land and in water. An amphibian is a vehicle which is able to move on both land and water, or an aeroplane which can land on both land and water. Amphibian. Amphibious. 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 Amphibious military operation. Army and the Navy forces attack a place from the sea. A third brigade is at sea, ready for an amphibian assault. An amphibious vehicle is able to move on both land and water. Amphibious animals are animals such as frogs or toads that can live both on land and in water. Amphitheater. 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 An amphitheater is a large open area surrounded by rows of seats sloping upwards. Amphitheaters were built mainly in Greek and Roman times for the performance of plays. Ample. Ample. If there is an ample amount of something, there is enough of it, and usually some extra. There'll be ample opportunity to relax, swim, and soak up the sun. Some sun. Amply. Okay. There have been amply rewards with huge salaries. Okay, so ample is an adjective, and amply is an adverb. So amply. Oh, what a cool thing! I didn't know about that. They have been amply rewarded. They have been amply rewarded with huge salaries. Ample, amply. Amplifier. An amplifier is an electronic device in a radio or stereo system which causes sound or signals to get louder. Amplify. If you amplify a sound... Oh, I have to write something again. Some just thoughts are coming to my mind. Okay, so amplify. If you amplify a sound, you make it louder, usually by using electronic equipment. The landscape seemed to trap and amplify sounds. Music was amplified with microphones. This is the police. Came the amplified voice from the helicopter. Amplification. A voice that needed no amplification. Amplification. To amplify something means to increase its strength or intensity. The mist had been replaced by a kind of haze that seemed to amplify the heat. Amplitude. In physics, the amplitude of a sound wave or electrical signal is its strength. Ampoule. Ampoule. An ampoule is a small container, usually made of glass, that contains a drug which will be injected. Ampoule. Drug which will be injected into someone. The abbreviation AMP is also used. Amputate. To amputate someone's arm or leg means to cut all or part of it off in an operation because it is diseased or badly damaged. To save his life, doctors amputated his legs. He had to have one leg amputated above the knee. Amputation. He lived only hours after the amputation. Amputee. Amputee. An amputee is someone who has had all or part of an arm or leg amputated. Amulet. An amulet is a small object that you wear or carry because you think it will bring you good luck and protect you from evil or injury. I have to write another idea. Okay. Amulet. An amulet is a small object that you wear or carry because you think it will bring you good luck and protect you from evil or injury. Amuse. If something amuses you, it makes you want to laugh or smile. The thoughts seem to amuse him. Their antics never fail to amuse. If you amuse yourself, you do something in order to pass the time and not become bored. I need distractions. I need to amuse myself so I won't keep thinking about things. Put a selection of baby toys in his cot to amuse him if he wakes early. Amused. Amused. You are amused by something. It makes you want to laugh or smile. Sarah was not amused by Franklin's teasing. If you keep someone amused, you find things to do which stop them from getting bored. Having pictures to color will keep children amused for hours. Amusement. Amusement is the feeling that you have when you think that something is funny or amusing. He stopped and watched with amusement to see the child so absorbed. Steamers tooted at us as sailors on deck waved in amusement. Amusement is the pleasure that you get from being entertained or from doing something interesting. I fell flat on my back, much to the amusement of the rest of the lads. Amusements are always our ways of passing the time pleasantly. People had very few amusements to choose from. There was no radio or television. Amusements are games, rides, and other things that you can enjoy, for example, at a fairground or at the seaside. Amusement arcade. Amusement arcade is a place where you can play games on machines which work that you put money in them. When you put money in them. Amusement park. An amusement park is the same as a fun fair. Amusing. Someone or something that is amusing makes you laugh or smile. He had a terrific sense of humor and could be very amusing. Amusingly. It must be amusingly written. An is instead of a, the indefinite article in front of words that begin with vowel sounds. That's important. So it's not vowel as a letter, but vowel as a sound. Suffix an is added to the names of some places in order to form adjectives or nouns that refer to people or things which come from that place. For example, the Australian Foreign Minister is Foreign Minister for Australia. Anabolic steroid. Anabolic steroids are drugs which people, especially athletes, take to make their muscles bigger and to give them more strength. Is that another sales pitch? We have one for amphetamine and one for anabolic steroid. Good. Anachronism. If you say that something is an anachronism, when you think that it is out of date or old-fashioned. The president tended to regard the church as an anachronism. An anachronism. An anachronism is something in a book, play, or film that is wrong because it did not exist at the time of the book, play, or film is set. I notice repeated linguistic anachronisms which occur in every episode. On is such a cool word. Alright, so tomorrow we read this page. Thanks for watching.